Hello friends, it is Dewey's time, so I wanted to start a vlog. I have done a lot of stuff this day to make sure that I have as little to do as possible. Look at my shelf in the background. I just organized it today, and so far I'm actually happy with how it turned out, but I have a video where I talk a little bit more in the specifics. Let me show you my TBR for the day. This is my TBR stack. It is plus my Kindle actually. My main aim for the readathon this time is to try and finish catch up as much as I can to my TBR for the month. I am 100 pages into this one. It is about just under 500, then there's 600 pages here, so I'm covered with that. What I want to do is I want to finish this. I want to read Readathon by Kenneth Anderson because it's a short book I can get through, and then I have my Discworld graphic novels for some lighter reads in between, and then I want to get as far as I can into Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I don't expect to finish it. This Rise of Empire will be my audio for the weekend, so I just want to make progress if I listen to audio at one point. And then I have my Kindle where I will be reading Signal to Noise, which is just under 300 pages. I think it's 272 pages, so it's not a very long book, and I could probably get through that quite quickly. So, and then I would like to get started and test out the two contemporary romances I have left for the month, and that is Rock Addiction and Unruly. And I'll just try and read. Maybe I'll read 100 pages from one of them if I really get into it. Otherwise, I'll read 50 pages from each and see how that goes. So I can know which one to focus on next week, because I mean, we're getting close to the end of the month. So yeah, but I will be starting out with The Dark Days Pact and work my way through it. And yeah, my plan is to just see how much I have tried something new recently that I think works really well for me in terms of my concentration when I read, and that is to read 25 minutes straight, 5-minute break, 25 minutes straight, 5-minute break, and do that 4 times in a row, and then you can sort of take a slightly longer break after that, and then dive back into it and see how that goes. So that has been working well for me the past couple of weekends, so I'm going to try out by starting with that. And I will obviously be starting out with this one and see how far I can get with that in mind. As I said, I'm 100 pages into it. I'm page 90, I think, so not 100 completely. But I would like to make a lot of progress over the next hour and a half kind of thing, and see where that leaves me. And I'll check in with you when I've done that. So, see ya. Hello friends, it is now a little bit later. It is close to 4:30, so it's 2 hours and almost 30 minutes into the Deweys, and I have been reading for an hour and a half in total so far. And I am on page 172, so I read about 80 pages, so that's fine. I have been tabbing a little bit here and there, and I am enjoying the book. This is the second book in a series. It follows Lady Helen, who is part of the Dark Days Club. The Dark Days Club is something we're introduced to in the first book, and it has to do with humans protecting them. They have a sort of magical abilities. They are known as reclaimers. And reclaimers protect humans from knowing about deceivers and stuff like that. And deceivers are sort of demon-like creatures that can suck out life from people around you. Sometimes they just take a dose from multiple people at once instead. And others go specifically for a couple, and they can sort of make people seem drunk or inebriated in a way. And so she and other reclaimers has to try and fight these deceivers, and that is the basic plot of this. And in this the first book she is introduced to the world, and it is when she's sort of taken an oath to be part of the Dark Days Club, and so things start happening, and there are definitely things that she has to sacrifice in order to be able to be part of this. So it's a little bit interesting, but I'm hoping that she's able to make some changes, because she's the first female reclaimer. So she has a little bit of a power struggle with the men, and I'm hoping that with time that she's able to change their opinion. There are some that are absolutely horrible. I think I have marked down 3 tabs that are orange, and orange is always for when I have something I dislike, and usually it's sexist comments or something like that. It can be that often, at least. It can also be when I think a writing is poorly chosen or something like that. But in this case, it's because the character in mention said something horrible. I also have a couple of green tabs, which is when something is funny. So it has a good balance of stuff. I'm very much enjoying it so far. But right now, I'm planning on going to prep some snacks for me. I have some melon. I think I'm gonna cut up some melon and just have a little bit of a treat like that, a little bit of fruit. I think that's the type of snack I should get now, and then I'll be getting back to my reading after that, and I will again read from this one and then have dinner, and after dinner I might start something else. I just so that I feel like I will I finish something. So I'm about a third of the way through this one, so but yeah, it's fine. It means I'll be around the halfway point after my next reading session, and then I will be reading a shorter book. I'll probably be reading the Danish one, which will take me, I think, an hour and a half, a little bit more than that, and then I can have a small break and go back to reading from this one until I feel like I get too tired and need something else, like an audio or something. I do hope that I'll finish this today, but I also am okay if I don't finish it until tomorrow, but it'd be nice to finish it today, and then tomorrow I can work on my other stuff. So I hope that your Dewey is going well. Today I've actually been pretty productive because I woke up at like 6. I'm an 8 person, so I wake up early, and I think I only laid around for about half an hour before getting up. Then I got breakfast, and after breakfast had a shower, and then I started unpacking all of my books and organized them. Thought it looked wrong and reorganized it again. And then my sister came around here at 11 a.m. and we went for an 8.5 kilometer walk. And then I was back here at a little after 1, I think it was 1 or something like that. And then I had to just quickly go by the store to get a couple of things, and then I couldn't find the things that I wanted. And then I came back at 1:40 or something like that, and quickly had to make lunch and eat that, and then I could start getting to read. So that is how my day has been going so far. And right now, after having sitting so long, I can definitely feel that I've been on my 8.5 kilometer walk today. It's not like it's painful, but it's just like you can sort of feel a sort of ache in your ankles, maybe, or feet, and then I can feel it in my thighs, just because I haven't been active at all since getting back from that. So yeah, but I am gonna make myself a treat now, a snack, and we'll be getting back to you later. See you. Hello friends, it is, let's get some lights here. It is about 2 hours later. It is now 8:45. So it's, what was it last time? 4:30? So now it's 7:45. 6:45, sorry. And another 2 hours has passed us at least, plus 20 minutes, and I finished another reading session like the one before, and I just put my totals into my Bookly app, and in my Bookly app says that I'm reading about 50 pages now. So I was wrong about my calculation before. I read 20 minutes per 25 minutes and sometimes a little bit more. Now I'm hungry, so I'm going to make myself dinner. I am having leftovers from yesterday, so I'm just gonna pull it out of the fridge and I can talk to you while I do that. It's nice that I just have leftovers, and it made it easy for me today to cook. I actually had quite a lot of possibilities because I have leftovers from Thursday as well, and I also have something in my freezer I could have heated up if it was, but I do have enough that is not like fridge, just fridge like cool. If you're wondering, I have leftover lasagna from yesterday, so that is definitely fine. And I thought it was a better choice than ordering something out. And I have something that I can get for lunch tomorrow as well if I feel the need to. And I'm sorry, apologize if you can hear something in the background. My washer is going at full speed right now, so yeah. But I'm heating this up in the microwave, and I actually have some leftover salad from yesterday as well, so I can have that alongside. So, let's talk a little bit about the book. I'm still really enjoying it. I think it's very engaging, and I'm happy I chose this because it doesn't make me feel slumpy or anything. It doesn't make me want to stop reading, and that is a good book to read for a readathon like this, where you're sort of trying to marathon as much as possible. So I'm currently on page 255, so I've read 165 pages. My Bookly app will tell me how much I've been reading today. It says I read 165 pages, so that's right. And I'm really enjoying it, and it also means that I do read like 80 pages per session, so that's fun. I'm about to start chapter 16, and I surpassed the halfway point, so I'm really happy I'm reading this. There's definitely been some revelations about some of the characters this time around, or something that happened, and I'm very interested in figuring out how Helen is going to be solving this. There's a lot of secrecy in the group, even though it's a group where they are bound to they are loyal to each other and stuff. There's a lot of secrecy between them, but not in the bad way. It's just more of a they each have a mission, and the other ones are not allowed to be in on the mission, so they have to keep secrets. It's difficult to explain without spoiling too much, so I'm just not going to. I'm going to be putting it down for a bit, just to make myself feeling like I accomplished something. So I will put this book down for the next coming session, and after I've had dinner, and I will instead be digging myself into my Danish book because it's very short. So my dinner is done, so I'll be working on this one. As you can tell, it's very short, and I even think it has images in it. Yeah, it does. So that also make it a little bit faster. So we have sort of pages that has illustrations, and I think it's sort of text quite large. This was my update for now. I'll be eating dinner now and watching a little bit of TV while I do that. And yeah, this was everything. See you later. Bye. Hello friends, it is quite a bit later. It's 10 p.m. now, and I am getting a little bit tired. I finished reading Lysets Hjerte by Kenneth Anderson, and it was quite creepy and a page turner. It's fun because it was slightly horror and mystery and fairy fantasy adventure. And escaping into other worlds like Narnia. But there was so much going on in the back of it all, like the whole themes, and it was a lot darker than an average Narnia story, obviously. And yeah, I've come to expect it a little bit with Kenneth Anderson's writing, that it is a little bit darker and sometimes questions a lot of things, but it was a really good story. It was only 222 pages, and I think I read it all in an hour and 10 minutes or something like that, so it was definitely a quick read. Then I went back and read a little something from The Dark Days Pact. I think that's the one. And I am still enjoying it. I only read another 30 pages, but as you can tell, I'm a little bit tired, so I decided to now start listening to a little bit of audio. And I have started on some diamond painting because I have seen some people do this, and I'd never heard of it before, and it's sort of like reminds me of cross stitching, just a little bit faster, and I'm here for that. Not that I don't like cross stitching, I will get back to my cross stitching very soon, but I thought it was interesting, and I am currently working on this. So it is obviously Spider-Man, as you can tell, and I haven't gotten very far. I've just started it on, I believe, Wednesday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. I started on it, and I didn't know how to tackle it, so I thought I wanted to start out by finding something up at the top, but then I decided, because I have them all in these bags, it would be easier to just finish one color and then work on to the next. So that's what I'm intending on doing right now. I'm on black, and there's a lot of black, so it's probably gonna take me some time. But I thought I can sit and do this a little bit and then listen to an audio, because I have found that I am very attuned to my audios when I do this. So it's a good way of listening. And yeah, I have a soda and a couple of toffees, so I'm settled for a bit. Hello friends, it is now 10:45, so it's not like a long time has gone past. But I'm pretty tired right now, and so I wanted to sort of go to bed. I brought my Discworld novel with me, intending to, or my Discworld graphic novels with me, intending to read that until I fall asleep. And yeah, this one has to charge, so it will charge overnight, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Hello friends, it is now Sunday morning. There's still about 5 hours left of the readathon, so I've already read something this morning. I made another 100 pages into this, so I have 109 pages left, so I figure I will read this within the next hour and a half-ish, a little over that maybe. So I just made coffee. I made a latte. I don't do that usually, so it's very special. I just yesterday bought some vanilla syrup so I could make my own lattes. So yeah, we'll get into this. I am having my breakfast while I read, so yeah. Hello friends, it is now 2:15 p.m. and I'm on my way out to visit my parents. I promised I would come by once I'm done with Dewey's, so I'm done now. It was okay, an okay readathon. At least I enjoyed everything that I was reading, so that was a success. I got a little bit tired by the end of today, and I definitely felt the last hour I had a hard time concentrating on getting anywhere, mostly because my eye just kept wanting to fall asleep, so that's how things went with that. I ended up finishing 2 full books, and then halfway into the 3rd, so that's what I did. And I also read some pages from the Color of Magic graphic novel by Terry Pratchett. I don't know how many pages that was because it didn't have any page count. I don't know if I checked in with an update after finishing the Dark Days Pact. I don't think I did. I have a little hard time deciding on my rating for it, and but I definitely enjoyed it, and I think it was better than the first, although it's been so long, so it was a little bit difficult to remember what exactly happened in that book, but I just know I remembered enjoying it. A lot of stuff happened in this one as well. I'm really eager to read the 3rd and final book in this series, so I was really happy to finally finish this, and I'm still pondering on the rating. I think it's either 4.5 or 5 stars, so that's where we're at. Otherwise, I am halfway into Signal to Noise by Silma Moreno Garcia, and I'm enjoying it. It's actually really interesting. It's sort of a split timeline or something like that, as some sections, with every chapter, it switches between Mexico in the 70s or 80s, and then Mexico City in 2008 or something like that. And something that happened between these 3 friends, and I'm not really sure exactly what ended up happening, because they're really good friends in the past, but right at this point, when we're seeing from present time, there's some tension, and not really sure what happened, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's sort of about these 3 friends who find magic through music, and it's very interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing how everything ends up, and I will give you a final rating when I do that. I in total ended up reading 630 pages, I think, over Dewey, which is fine. That is the same amount as like 3 shorter books. Usually I would be, I'm a little further on in pages, but I also usually seem to have at least a manga or something like that to break up the books, and the books are usually not as long, or I'm further into them when I pick them up. So yeah, but this was everything from me from right now. I will talk to you in another video soon. I hope you enjoyed your Deweys if you had participated, and otherwise I hope you enjoyed this vlog if you stayed this long, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.